Happy Tuesday and good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another day, another edition of the episode of our Good Morning Grief Devotional. This is the daily grief devotional that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. That's right. We just gonna take it one day at a time, baby. I know it's overwhelming. I know it's a lot. I know it's painful. I know you're overwhelmed one day at a time. And I'm grateful and thankful to have the wonderful opportunity to lead you in our devotion daily, for you to get this grief bite, for you to have this nugget, for you to be able to make this deposit in your spirit that's going to help you along the way. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. I'm here with another grief devotional. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. And that's why we say, good morning, good morning, good morning, because morning is a good thing. I'm going to say it until you get it in your spirit. I'm going to say it until it oozes out of your pores. I'm going to say it until it becomes second nature. I'm going to say it until you can repeat in por favor. I'm going to say it until you know that you know that you know that you know that mourning is a good thing. And so, look, I want to say welcome. I want to thank y'all for joining us. I'm excited to be here today to lead you in this grief devotional. Y'all, I'm a pastor, I'm a coach, but most importantly, I'm in this journey with you. I am no stranger to grief, right? I think part of the reason for me doing this is because I know what it feels like to be in a dark place, to be in a dark space. I know what it feels like to have this overwhelming pain of grief all over you. I know what it feels like to feel as if you can't breathe and you can't make it, and will you live to see another day, and you don't want to go forward and you're grappling with grief. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the cap. And I'm so glad that I can minister to you, not from my wound, but from my scars. Oh, oh, it's a difference, baby. I can minister to you. I can come to you, and we can do this, y'all. Not out of a wound that is still unhealed, but out of a scar that God has taken me through the process, has blessed me, helped me to progress. And that's why I'm so passionate about this and having the wonderful desire to help you to navigate through it as well. So I want to say welcome. I want to say welcome. I want to say thank you for joining us. Welcome. Good morning. Thank you. Y'allthebond.com. I'm looking forward to our time together. Let's get into it, y'all. Today's grief quote comes from Kate DeCamillo, which says, stories are light. Stories are light. Light is precious in a world so dark. Begin at the beginning. Make some light. Stories are light. Light is precious in a world so dark. Begin at the beginning. Make some light. Let me ask you this. What is the earliest recollection you have of the individual that has transitioned? What is the earliest memory that you have? What is the earliest memory that you have of the individual that has passed away, right? Not only what is the earliest memory that you have, but what are those stories? What stories? When you think of them, and I know it's a million of them, what stories come to mind? What are some of your most memorable moments? What are some of your most memorable stories that you've had with the individual that has transitioned? Why do you ask this, Pastor Duncan? Because stories are light. Light is precious in a world so dark. Begin at the beginning. Make some light. Well, oftentimes what happens is when it comes to a loved one that's transitioned, right, we will feel as if it's the end of the book, right? And it's actually the end of a chapter, but it's not the end of the book, right? You can argue and say, well, it's the end of the book as it relates to time. It's the end of the book as it relates to this side. But y'all, that's not, I love it. It's like the song says, that's not how the story ends, right? That's not how the story ends. And I know it may seem like it's concluded and calculated on this side, and we think that's the end of story, right? Oh, that's the end of story. They died. That's the end of story. No, no, no. Just like Jesus, we just talked about this with the resurrection. That's not how the story ends, right? And so what happens is if we're so focused, if we focus only on how it ended, right? Then we miss the beauty of all of the chapters that God blessed us to be able to experience while they were here, right? My father died at the age of 57. If I focus solely on December 3rd, 2011, which is the day he died, y'all, I'm not going to allow one day to overshadow 57 years of living, right? Now, I didn't get all 57. I got 33. He died when I was 33. I didn't get all 57, but I cannot allow one day to overshadow 33 years, right? And I refuse to allow one memory, right? The memory of his death, of his transition, of finding him at home on the side of the bed. I refuse to let them. I can see it as clear as day right now as I'm talking to you. I can see it in my mind, right? I see the forearm on the bed. I see him in a kneeled position. I can still see the dried tear that he obviously cried, and it made his way down his face and dried up. I can still see the tear. I can see half the sock on his foot. Oh, I can still see it. I can see it as clear as day, as if it was just yesterday. I can still see the phone under the chair in the corner, off the hook, because obviously he felt something was wrong, so he was trying to call 911 or somebody and didn't get to do it. And so the phone was off the cordless phone was off it was under the chair. I can still see it, but guess what? Mm, I refuse. I absolutely, positively refuse to allow one day to overshadow 33 years of memories. Oh, we had to put him on the gurney. We had to carry him down the stairs. I can still see them driving off. I can see his arm falling off. And we had to put it up and tie it down. I can see it. I can see the scene. I can see it as clear as day. I refuse to allow one day to overshadow 33 years. And so this is what you got to do. Y'all understand this. Watch this. Stories are light. Light is precious in a world so dark. Begin at the beginning, make some light. Check this out. Today is day 108. I didn't give you we're talking about tell your story. Tell your story. When we tell the stories of our love and loss, we create narratives. When we tell the stories of our love and loss, we create narratives that help us make sense of our lives. This happened, then this happened, then this happened. Like the framing of a house, the structure of our stories gives them shape and meaning. When we tell stories of our love or loss, it creates narratives that help us make sense of our lives. Like the framing of a house, the structure of our stories give them shape and meaning, right? Yeah, there is power in telling your story. Check this out. Our memories, like the structure of our stories. Our memories, they light the structure of our story. We talked about memories yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. Is he singing I'm going to sing every day. And I know I can't sing it. I don't care. That's why we said make memories so you can take memories. I told you yesterday, I said I always take a picture. I always take a video. I always take a picture. I was reminded of that yesterday. We were sitting around eating dinner. I had to pull out my phone, had to start recording because we was having a good time, right? Something that we will remember forever. And what was it? It was a memory. Oh, it was a moment. It was a memory, right? And I took the time to capture it, to get it on wax, right? Because it's part of the structure of our lives, right? The life we're living, the laughter, the love, the joy, the happiness, right? It is absolutely positively imperative that you make memories. Our memories like the structure of our stories. Light is precious in a world so dark. Light is precious in a world so dark. So let's tell our stories. Let's tell our stories because our storytelling transforms us. Let's tell our stories because our storytelling it transforms us. And I know for some people to say, well, it's too painful and I don't want to be able to, it hurts when I talk about it because they're no longer here. And I got you, I feel you. It's a season, it's something that you got to navigate through, it's something that God has to take you through. But when you get to the place, when you get to the point, it's really medicinal. It's transformative, right? Telling your story. Telling your story. What does it do? Let's tell our story because our storytelling, it transforms us. Dr. Seuss had a quote. He said, don't be sad that it happened. Don't be sad that it's over. Be glad that it happened. We talked about that. This was like it wasn't one of our first ones. We had this lesson weeks ago. And we said it's not either or, it's both and, right? I can be sad. I can be sad that it's over and I can be glad that it's happened, right? We don't want to deny your feeling of being sad that it's over. You can be sad that it's over, right? And on the other side of the coin, you can also be glad that it's happened. And there's sometimes where it may hurt and you can't tell the story because you're sad that it's over. But on the flip side of that coin, there should also be times, right, where you can tell the story because you're glad that it happened. Do y'all hear me today? I understand sometimes some moments not to God, I'm sad that it's over, so I'm having a hard time articulate this. But there are times, my brothers and sisters, where you can tell the story because you're glad that it happened, right? And I refuse to allow one day to overshadow 33 years of minutes, moments, and precious memories that God gave me. For the same thing for you, don't allow one day to overshadow the many days, weeks, months, years you had with your loved one. Tell your story. Look at our final quote for today. Today I will make some light. I will tell my story of love and loss. Today I will make some light. I will tell my story of love and loss. This is what I love about it. You can tell the story of both love and loss. You can tell the story. The grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. You can express yourself both about love and loss. You see how I strategically told the story while I was giving you this devotional, right? I was telling you the story even about the loss, the day, right? Such a traumatic experience, such a time. But I was able to tell you the story, not just of love, but I was able to tell the story of loss. I say it all the time. I tell the story all the time. I tell people as it relates to my father passing, I say, yo, it was the 3rd of December, a day I'll always remember because that was the day my daddy died. Come on. It's a play off the Temptations of September. But that's how I start telling my story. Tell your story of both love and loss. Why did we do that? Let's go to our original quote. Because stories are light. Light is precious in a world so dark. Begin at the beginning and make some light. Day 108. I'm so glad we're going to get it straight. Tell your story. All right, my brothers and sisters, do you have any questions or comments on today? I would love to take them if you got them. Questions or comments on today? questions or comments on today? Kimberly Mack, finding out I was pregnant and then that he was a boy. Yes, that's your earliest memory. Yes, finding out you were pregnant and that he was, and the joy you must have felt when it was a boy. Yes. His birth was a twin, but he survived. Yes. Wow. Was a twin, but he survived. Wow. Definitely can't focus on how it ended. Absolutely. 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 Yeah. And there was so much love and light before that, right? And so it's like, I want to enjoy that. Tell your story about love and glory. Yeah, you can rearrange the lesson, Yvette. Love and loss. I said love and loss. You said love and glory. I ain't mad at you. His birth was on Easter Sunday. Come on, Easter Sunday. Come on. He got up when Jesus got up. That's what I'm talking about. This was good stuff today. Thank you, Nakisha. Absolutely. So I really hope y'all take this to heart in some type of way. I hope that today I will make some light. I will tell my story of love and loss. Tell, even if whether it's love, whether it's loss, I want you to take the time to tell the story. Tell a story today. Be intentional. Share a memory on today. Tell the story. It can be about a love, a memory. It could be about loss, whatever the case may be. Tell the story. It brings light. Stories bring light in a world of darkness. So that's your assignment for today. Tell somebody a story, the story, right? Whether of love and loss. Make sure we engage in that. Do that on today. Uh-oh, there you go again. Nope. I'm going to block you, Deanna. You going to get blocked. We out. And everybody ain't going to see it. So I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. Hope you have a terrific Tuesday. Don't forget, tell your story. Deanna, I'm going to whip you like that substitute teacher whipped that child when I see you. Bye, y'all. Have a great
Good morning. Good morning.